Hello, welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and this is my review of Laggies. It looks like Keira Knightley is on the comeback trail, and Laggies is just one of the many films she's looking to release in the near future. But is this really a comeback she wants to have? Well, overall I think it's a mixed bag of results. So, let's just go ahead and jump right into the things that the film does well. First of all, Keira Knightley, along with the rest of our core acting cast, is very strong. I thought she sold this awkward, late 20s girl who didn't have direction or aim in her life very well. She was super convincing in the role, and I really enjoyed watching her throughout the entire movie. I also thought Chloe Grace Moretz was really good. She always seems to play high school students, which she is. She's only 17, and she always plays within her own proper age range, but for some reason she seems to kind of cast old for me. So she's in roles that, while they're supposed to be high schoolers, feel like early 20s kind of thing. Finally, she played a role that felt like a fun, young high school student, and that was really enjoyable to watch. She pulled it off well. She pulled off the insecure but still pretty cool student. So I just really enjoyed seeing her in this funner role. I also found Sam Rockwell to be really funny and endearing. I think he had most of the laughs in the film, he had the best lines, and he had a great kind of change of stance and development throughout the movie. While it does not focus on him at all, it's all about Keira Knightley's character. I just feel like he went a long way from his starting point to his ending point. So, overall, main acting core, great job. Thanks to Keira Knightley's great work, I found the movie really relatable. I'm approaching like middle 20s area, and I thought that this whole story about getting to your late 20s and still not having found yourself, found your proper path, even though you went to college, you still don't really know who you are, you still don't know really what you want to do in life. I found that really relatable. Being fresh out of college is kind of like a, whoa, okay, this isn't necessarily what I thought it was going to be, or hoped it would be for sure. And this movie really captured that kind of, what am I doing feeling really well. And it introduced the idea of an ever-growing finding yourself. So they always say that you find yourself in college, but not all of us find ourselves in college. So it's just nice to see someone on the big screen who doesn't have it all together after they get that degree, and someone who is still floundering to find their way in the world, and that college doesn't always give you that direction you hope it will. And you don't always find yourself as a person in those college years either. Other than that, I'd say I thought the writing was pretty good overall. It was well written, it was pretty witty, pretty funny. Nothing spectacular, but it was good. It definitely didn't detract from the film. So, let's go ahead and jump into the things the film did not succeed in. While the message was really relatable, outside of a little bit of new info the film was giving us, it is very predictable. You know right from the beginning exactly how it's going to end up, and it follows the course of action. You might think it does, and it doesn't really tell us anything new or provide new insight to, love or romance. And so much of the movie is centered around relationships with friends and relationships in like romantic sense. And there are some interesting things I think with the friendship one, but when it comes to the romance one, it's just same old, same old. Yeah, the predictability and the general unoriginality of the whole concept and film is a letdown. I thought it was going to be more of a coming-of-age story, and that's sprinkled in, but we don't really see her come into herself all that much. She has very little transformation, surprisingly, and instead it kind of plays out like a romantic comedy. It also has very few actual laughs, like you're not ever rolling on the floor. You do have some good laughs, but they come far and few in between, and that's a little bit of a disappointment, as well as it's not that heartfelt. So you're left feeling alright, but it doesn't really tug at your heartstrings. And I think that's what the major problem with Laggies is it's just meh. It's a perfectly alright, perfectly suitable, good movie. But you definitely won't remember it, probably even 2 hours after you leave the theater. You have a good enough time while you're sitting there watching it, and then you just move along with life. And that's the biggest problem with the film. I think you want to be anything but meh in the industry, and that's exactly what Laggies is. So, overall, would I give this a recommendation? I think I would to somebody in their 20s. I think that's who this is aimed at and most relatable. I'd say a matinee, maybe a weekday matinee, as cheap as you can find it, because it's a nice little pass-the-time leisure movie. If you have other options, I definitely think there are better options in the theater right now, and it's definitely not worth full price. So, that has been my review of Laggies. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, go ahead and click like down below, and subscribe to our channel while you're at it, so you're always up to date on the latest videos. I love you all so much for your support. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.